Imagine firing up your Apple TV, expecting the same old interface, only to realize the engine underneath has been completely swapped out. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something Apple just unveiled. They have officially announced the tvOS 27 beta update. This is going to be the biggest update your Apple TV will receive in the coming months. Now, the file size for this update is actually quite massive. But when you look at your screen, it only changes your Apple TV in a few small ways. I will explain exactly why that is in just a second. There's a lot to unpack here. We have new menus, fresh animations, and a completely redesigned app to explore. But first, we need to talk about how you can actually get your hands on this software. How to get the developer beta. In order for you to get this update right now, you need a specific account. You must go to the developer.apple.com website. Once you are there, you need to register your Apple account. If you do not have one yet, do not worry. You can simply click on the account icon and create a brand new one. It is a very simple process. After you finish that, a whole new world of updates opens up for you. You will be able to receive the developer beta versions for all your devices. This includes iOS 27, iPadOS 27, macOS 27, and of course, tvOS 27. The best part about this process? Registering for a developer account is completely free now. Back in the day, we used to pay $100 every single year just to test these features early. Now, pretty much everyone can use it without spending a dime. But before you rush to download it, we need to talk about some bad news. The bad news: drop devices. Unfortunately, one of the biggest changes in tvOS 27 has to do with supported devices. Apple is leaving some older hardware behind. If your Apple TV previously supported tvOS 26, you might be hoping it works with tvOS 27. Sadly, that is not the case for everyone. The tvOS 27 update has officially dropped support for two older Apple TV models: Apple TV HD, Apple TV 4K, first generation. If you own either of these, the road ends here. Even though those two models support tvOS 26 right now, they will not get the official tvOS 27 update. Moving forward, tvOS 27 is going to be exclusively available for newer models. You must have an Apple TV 4K starting from the second generation or the third generation. So, make sure you double-check which model sits under your television before you try to update. The installation process. Once you have your free developer account ready and you confirm your device is supported, you are good to go. Grab your remote and head into the system settings on your Apple TV. You want to navigate to the software update section. Here, make sure you unselect the tvOS 26 beta updates. Instead, select the brand new tvOS 27 option. This simple toggle allows your Apple TV to pull the over-the-air update files directly from Apple servers. After you select it, just go back one screen and click on Check for Software Update. You will then see tvOS 27 Beta 1 appear on your screen. It is a big file, so give it some time to download and install. For my setup, I updated straight from tvOS 26.4. The previous build number was 24J52890. The transition was smooth, and it brings us to the actual changes on the screen. What actually changed? App icons. Let us talk about the few changes that are actually here. Surprisingly, Apple did not even bother talking about these details at the big WWDC event. They skipped right over the Apple TV. But we are diving deep. The first noticeable change has to do with the redesigned apps. Let's look at the app icons on the home screen. Compared to tvOS 26, the icons look pretty much exactly the same at first glance. However, there is one subtle exception. When we open the Apple folder and look at the Podcasts app, the icon is slightly different. The background purple color looks much richer and deeper. Also, the white color on those circular radio antennas has been changed. They're now a little bit grayish instead of bright white. It is a tiny detail, but it hints at a much bigger change inside the app itself. The massive Podcast app redesign. When you click on that new podcast icon, you will see exactly what I mean. We are greeted by a brand new user interface. Let us quickly compare this to how it looked back in tvOS 26. Before, the menus were laid out differently. Navigation felt a bit clunky, and Finding your favorite shows took a few extra clicks. Now, with the first beta of tvOS 27, everything feels fresh. It tries to mimic the main Apple TV app experience. The new sidebar. They placed a handy sidebar right on the left edge of the screen. Profile switching. At the very top of this sidebar, you have your user profile. If you press the back button on your remote, you can pull up this menu easily. If you're the one watching, just select your profile. The app instantly updates to show the podcasts relevant to your specific account. If someone else in your house wants to listen, they can easily switch to their account right there. The app changes completely to fit their history and preferences. Search function. Below the profile, you have the search button. When you click it, a large keyboard opens up. But it is not just a keyboard. The search page now shows different category sections you can choose from. You can easily browse through health, fitness, top charts, sports, and many more. The home section. Moving down the sidebar, we find the home section. This is where your daily listening happens. The layout here is very smart. Anything that is brand new will always be at the very top. If a new episode of your favorite series drops, it is the first thing you see. Below that, you'll find a row of your most popular shows. Video podcasts. As you scroll further down the homepage, you will notice a new with video section. This specifically highlights podcasts that feature actual video feeds. You will even see a tiny little television icon next to these shows. Whether it is comedy or interviews, that TV icon tells you that you can watch the podcast, not just listen to it. Discovery. There are many other helpful subsections here too. You will find new shows for you and more to discover, rows to help you find fresh content. The library. Going back to the side menu. The next option is your library. This acts as your personal vault. Here, it will show you all your saved shows. You can easily access your latest episodes or browse through specific channels you follow. Channels integration. Finally, there is a dedicated channels section in the sidebar. For me, Apple Music is the main channel shown right here. This section highlights the stories behind the songs. You can find Apple Music Edition channels and many others. It is very cool how smoothly you can transition from the Apple Podcast app right into your Apple Music channels and then jump right back to your podcast home screen. New Apple Care and warning menus. Another great change in tvOS 27 is found deep inside the system menus. Apple has finally brought detailed coverage information directly to your television screen. To find this, you need to open your Settings app. Then, navigate down to the General section. Right there, you will spot a brand new menu called Apple Care and Warranty. This section allows you to view your coverage status, manage an Apple Care plan, or get support for your specific device. If you click into this menu, it gives you a lot of detail. For example, it tells me that coverage for my specific Apple TV has expired. It displays the exact device name, the serial number, and the date of the last update, but also gives you actionable menus. You can click to see your past benefits, read through the support terms and conditions, or ask for help. If I select the benefits option, it lists exactly what was included, like hardware repairs, services, and phone support. If you actually need help with a broken device, you can click the Get Help button. From there, it asks you to continue the process on a trusted Apple device, like your iPad or iPhone. It even provides a QR code right on your TV screen. You simply scan that QR code with your phone camera, and it takes you straight to the official Apple support page. It is a very convenient addition, blazing fast speeds and performance. Now let us talk about performance. Another great change in tvOS 27 has to do with AirPlay. Streaming content to your Apple TV and your HomePod is now significantly faster. There's a catch, though. You must have an iPhone that is also updated to the new iOS 27 beta. If you have both devices on the new software, the connection is magical. When I try to AirPlay from my phone to this Apple TV 4K, the connection is almost instant. I can open my photo gallery and swipe between high-resolution pictures. The images update on the television screen without any delay. It is a massive improvement. Sending audio to a HomePod is also much snappier. Overall, the stability of this update is shocking. Even though there are not a ton of flashy new features, the system feels incredibly solid. Honestly, it is the most stable first beta version of a major Apple update that I have ever tested. You can really feel this stability when you move through the system. Opening different applications is fast. Going into the settings menu is completely lag-free. Even the screensaver loads up in the blink of an eye. If I double-tap the home button on the remote, the screensaver starts immediately. Swiping between different moving landscapes is completely seamless. The Control Center and Siri. Another unique visual change involves the Control Center. Apple has sped up the animations across the board. When you activate the Control Center, it pops up on the screen almost twice as fast as before. The way it animates in and out is incredibly snappy. If you compare the old iOS 26 animation with this new iOS 27 version, the difference is night and day. Switching between different users or navigating the small options inside the Control Center feels lightning fast. I also want to test out Siri. Apple has been talking a lot about making Siri smarter and giving it a new user interface. However, on the Apple TV, things remain the same for now. When you press the microphone button, the old Siri animation still pops up. It does not seem to have changed much at all. Currently, there is still no dedicated Siri application for the Apple TV interface. We might have to wait for a future beta to see those promised Siri upgrades on the big screen. System-wide accessibility changes. Next, let us dive back into the settings for a great new accessibility feature. Apple has added a way to dynamically adjust the text size across the entire system. If you go into Settings, then Accessibility, and click on the Display section, you'll find a new text size selector. When you click it, a slider appears on the screen. The menu explains that apps supporting dynamic type will automatically adjust to your preferred reading size. As you move the slider to the right, you can watch the text on the screen grow larger in real time. If I set the slider to the absolute largest setting and go back to the home screen, the difference is huge. The text under the app icons is massive. You do have to scroll a bit more to read long menus, but it is incredibly clear. This is going to be incredibly helpful for many people. If you have a smaller television, or if you sit far away from your screen, reading tiny menus is frustrating. Now, you have one simple system-wide setting that fixes the problem. It will help any user that relies on visual accessibility features. You can make the text tiny, or you can make it massive. The choice is finally yours. The network speed mystery. Finally, the last major thing Apple mentioned behind the scenes was faster download speeds for the Apple TV. Naturally, I wanted to put this to the test. I ran a network speed test using the Ookla app before I updated the software. Then, I ran the exact same test after updating to tvOS 27. The results were a bit disappointing. The wireless Wi-Fi connection speeds I was getting were pretty much exactly the same. It does not seem to have changed much in that specific aspect. Since the hardware still uses the exact same Wi-Fi protocols, a software update can only do so much. However, this is just Beta 1. We will wait and test this out again in the future. Maybe with Beta 2 or closer to the final release, Apple will activate some hidden software optimizations to actually improve those download speeds. We will keep an eye on it. Final thoughts and opinion. That is pretty much everything you need to know about the new tvOS 27 update. To be completely honest, I am a little disappointed. I was really hoping Apple would announce brand new Apple TV hardware this year. I also wish they spent more time talking about this software on the big stage. But looking closely at the details, this product is still fantastic. The Apple TV 4K remains the absolute best streaming box on the market. It is smooth, ad-free, and respects your privacy. While tvOS 27 does not reinvent the wheel, it polishes an already brilliant system. The new podcast app is beautiful, the dynamic text size is a massive accessibility win, and the speed improvements make navigating a joy. Even with crazy new features, the rock-solid stability proves that Apple still cares deeply about optimizing the living room experience. If you're not comfortable downloading beta software, do not worry. Apple stated that the public betas will be available in July. For everyone else, the official, completely finished software will be released to the public closer to the launch of the new iPhone 18 devices this fall. You can look forward to receiving all these great, minor tweaks very soon. That is all for me today regarding this big Apple TV update. Let me know what you think about tvOS 27 in the comments below. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. I will see you in the next one.